Hiya, so today I wanted to show you how to make a very simple pencil dress. So first I'll show you how to make the pattern. So I basically measured my waist, which is 72 centimetres, and I've halved that, making it 36, and I've marked that on the waist. Just there, that will be the smallest part of the dress. So mark that on your paper, like there, just a simple line. And then from the waist, measure on yourself how long you want the dress. So for me, from the waist, I've added on 70 centimetres, and that includes a 2 centimetre hem at the bottom. And at the bottom here. Then my hip measurement single is 42, which is obviously 84, and I'm going to use a stretch fabric, so that's going to give me plenty of give in it's going to give me plenty of give in the dress. And then this is already added on a centimetre seam allowance on both sides, because I'm going to use stretchy fabric. Then going up from the waist to your armpit, this measures 21 centimetres, but it will be different on you. Just figure out where you want the dress to end. Maybe your waist is a bit higher or lower. And the back of the dress is going to go straight across. This bit for me measures 40 and a half, which also has a seam allowance attached, already added and yeah, so the front are going to curve like that, but the top I just need to add a seam allowance, so it's up to you. I usually use 2 centimetres if I'm just folding it over. And then from armpit to the full length, mine measures 91 centimetres, and I usually wear I'm a 10 to 12 really, so that might give you some indication of what you might need. And then I'm going to add some straps. That's not the strap, that's the strap. This measures 42 centimetres, but you obviously cut it on the fold, so you're going to have double that and a seam allowance. So the strap's really going to be this wide, which is, so the strip I've cut is 4.5 centimetres. I'm going to take a little bit off for seam allowance, so you'll be left with a 4 centimetre wide strap. Yeah, and then obviously cut 2 of those and add them on either side. Okay, well let's get cutting the fabric then. So I've folded my fabric in half, which is this lovely mustard yellow pattern fabric, and I've laid my pattern and I'm just going to pin it down. So don't forget to add seam allowance, which I forgot to do at the top. I'm just going to give myself an extra centimetre on each side for a little give, and that should be around about size 10. But just measure yourself and then you can make sure, or whoever the dress is for, that it will fit perfectly. So you can always use a heavy weight. I prefer to use pins, but it's up to you of course. Some people put weights on the pattern. So I'm going to add on 1 centimetre. The hem I already added on centimetres, 2 centimetres. Right. you're all having a nice day. This is my favourite part actually, cutting. I don't know why, it just feels really therapeutic. If you have any questions, please just leave a comment, or any advice you can give me, or what you want to see me make next. And then hopefully I'll try and reply to everyone. Right, so because we folded double, we're creating two, but remember only the back needs to be straight, and then the front I'm going to make curved. You can make it into a sweetheart neckline, but for ease at the moment, so I'm going to cut it 2 centimetres further, so, and cut along the curve on both of them, and then later I'll just take the other layer off and cut it 2 centimetres above the straight line. Hope that makes sense. And to stitch, I'll use a zigzag stitch, just on a normal household machine. Right, jump over to that side. Oops. Get that off. I really like this fabric. It's nice and thick as well, it's not see-through or anything. But obviously you can use any kind of fabric, but it does have to have stretch in it, otherwise you'll need to add a zip. That's obviously going to make it a bit trickier to make, but it's not a nightmare to add a zip. Actually, woven fabrics do tend to be easier to sew, because obviously with stretch fabrics they can move and shift and distort it a little bit, but I like it because you can, you know, it's figure hugging, and you can get them in pretty patterns as well. And then straight down this line. What do you call cows sitting on the floor? As a joke for you. Ground beef. Ah. Right, so that's it. So I'm going to unpin it. Let's move it down so you can see. So, oops, maybe I shouldn't have unpinned it. So one side I'm just going to cut this off, and that's going to be the back. Remember to leave 2 centimetres. Is that right? What have I done now? So only one, because that's going to be your back. Right, then you can, again I'm using pins to hold it in place while I sew. So what I'm going to do, sew along both the side seams, do the hem, and because it's scuba fabric, it doesn't fray, so you can use an overlock if you've got one, but this is zigzag, should prevent it from fraying anyway. And then my hemming machine is a separate machine, but you can do a zigzag stitch, folding it like this and then folding it again and just catching the edge, and then when you've turned it over it looks like you've just got one line going, or you can even zigzag stitch that bit like as a hem. So entirely up to you and what you prefer. Right then. So, and then see hem this to the curve and add the straps, and hopefully you'll see the finished product in a minute. So now I'm just going to cut the strap, which doesn't have to be on the stretch side. So blade it out. I've folded it in half, so cut double of the strap. That's about right. Oops.
Mum? Francis?
That's just my annoying husband calling me. Right, there we go. And then I'm going to seam along this line, zip, and turn it inside out and attach them to the dress.